This is Healer from the Hood, part 16. And I think the most difficult part of dealing with people is number one, dealing with finances, dealing with addiction, dealing with being willing to make the change from bad habits. Those are the hardest things, and dealing with family. So I find that 95% of my clients were referred from other clients that I was successful with. 95%. So what does that mean? That means that they were referrals, which was great. But what ended up happening was a lot of the times people didn't have finances, and even if they did have finances, they don't want to pay healers. It's like, what do you guys think? Most people think it should be free, and I do too. But I was in Oakland, California, and it was my overhead and expenses was way over 20,000. The mortgage alone was over 10,000 for the holistic center. So we have overhead, and we have to. Like, I hired other nurses, I hired colonic people, I hired a lot of different people. The foods, the time, 15 hours a day I would spend with people. So no, my children, I had to feed my family. And so you of those that are out there that think that healers should be free, well then provide them land and a home and everything else for their family so that they can do certain things for you at a discount. To me, discount means to discount the person, and doctors are not discounted 9 times out of 10. So most of you just go and it's just a really hard one. It's really hard because I did so many people with the sacrifice of my family. I worked on so many clients who could not afford it and came out of my own pocket, and at least 90% of my clients. Those that could afford it, I went ahead and I put it back into the community. So it's very frustrating in talking with a lot of healers. That is the biggest problem that they have. And I mentioned that a lot of it was referrals. There was a lady who I had breast cancer, and she's a teacher. She had green goop coming out of her breast. And so I worked on her for 6 months, and she went back to the doctor, and the doctor said no more cancer. I had put her on living foods. We did clay packs, we did acupressure, we did chlorophyll. I sent her to an emotional person dealing with the therapy. We did. It's a whole. Everybody's different. A whole thing of things that I did and worked, and she did it. And she referred someone, who was in the last stages of cancer, and that person followed to a certain degree, and then all of a sudden basically just started eating candy and everything. And cancer feeds off of sweets, especially if you have advanced stages. And so my whole point is that it's very difficult to deal with people who are not willing to follow it to a T in advanced stages. And then you're going to get blamed for it when they don't do it. So it's a risk that healers take. That's why I have people sign that we do not do cures. We do not do, we're not God. Only God can do that. And it's up to you to follow through. That's why I talk to the family for hours. I have the family sign that I'm not a doctor, physician, that I'm not a physician, I should say, because doctor means teacher. There's many different types of doctors. There's naturopaths, there's homeopaths, there's osteopaths, there's many different types of teachers. So I have them sign that. They know clearly every client. And I have all the papers, not only here, I have them in different parts of the world saved in case, someone ever tries to come into my house and take the stuff. I mean, this is the type of things that's really sad, that you have to know the legal things as a naturopath, a herbalist, homeopath or whatever. You have to know that legally, your legal rights for real, because people go crazy. You go sincerely to help people, and then they turn on you. You get what I'm saying? When you've been with their person 15 hours a day when nobody else would help them. Everybody else gave up, and you're there. You're hearing everything, especially when a person feels like they're dying, and you're just there to cleanse their body so the body can jumpstart what it's supposed to do, because cancer and all that is parasites, dirty body, dirty blood, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other things going on, but when the body's given a chance emotionally and physically to get back into an alkaline state, then it can start back healing again. Sometimes it doesn't, because there's so many other things we don't know about emotionally, physically, that the person may be going through. If they think they're not going to make it, then they more than likely will not make it. You see, so there's other things that we as healers don't have control over because we're not God. So that is some of the challenges from Healer in the Hood. You want to help everybody. You want to see everybody live. You want to, but they have to want to help themselves. All right, take care, you guys. Bye-bye.